Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. Just having a look, obviously, at the ASX 200, and we sold off a little bit last 2 days. So I think the warning signs are out. There are potentially, we are a little bit nervous about this month. Just going by past analysis, how shares have traded over the last 16 years in sort of April and May and June. So I think it's good reason to be cautious, especially obviously with interest rates going up in the States, and now potentially another issue that Brexit is looking a possibility. Now there are some issues to be careful. That's why we're not putting out any ASX 200 trending stocks unless unless the trend is absolutely so strong we believe it obviously could go against a pretty negative market. And having a look at, I think it's important if we can hold this 5,200 and turn up, well, that would be great. And obviously, there's your short-term chart going back and really just stopping on those trend lines today. The day's not quite finished; it's 3:30, but I think it's obviously holding that support on that trend line. I don't think it'll hold that. I think she'll most probably, if she does, it'll be great. But I think she'll definitely trend down at least to this sort of 5,200 level, which should act as some more serious support. Saying that, the sort of trending stocks we've got on at the moment are doing really well. Hansen Group is up 2.44% today. We're talking about Hansen Group, how she moves, and the other day, and we do have a $4 target price with Hansen in the medium term, so we'll hold out for that. MTR obviously had a good day today. MYX is great chart, sort of holding up perfectly. GXL off a little bit today, so we're just monitoring carefully, but it looks absolutely fine on the chart. There's your long-term chart, looks totally respectful, and on your short-term chart, you're just trading in a perfectly normal little fashion. So I don't see any issues with it. And AIA, which is up today, so a pretty good performance from the few trends we've got left on at the moment, and they're doing pretty well, I think, in a negative market where we're down nearly 1%. Amusingly enough, we did a weekly buy and sell signals, just some ideas of short-term momentum, and it's good to see. We had three, which we said had classic buy signals. And it's good to see one of them, UGL, up around sort of 7-8% this week. So really going against the trend of the market and having that really nice sort of trending pattern that sort of drove us to put this on as a weekly buy signal. So again, it's good to see those weekly buy signals that most probably by the end of the week will again sort of outperform the market. The shorter term weekly buy signals haven't done as well. That's sort of really expected, although the stocks all look really good, they still look really bullish. They just come down a little bit. They just tweak down a little bit, not too much, but just with the market. So I think at the end of the day they most probably outperform the markets thus far, but I think the classic weekly buy signals again have done the impossible. So they look very, very good. Some interesting stocks I'd like to point. The job of Equity Story is to be positive and looking for ideas, and it's good to see some of the 10 baggers doing really well, like WGL up. I think it was up about 17% at one stage, and today it's up as much as 14%. So the Wangle app is starting to take on, and there's I think there's good sentiment out there that it could be a really, really successful app. And we've got, I think if it can, I think Wangle could have a nice run up in the next 3 months. Also, the Unstoppable AKP, again, I couldn't believe it, and up another sort of 10% today. I think at one stage it was up about 14%. What an incredible looking chart, and obviously the Audio Pixels technology is starting to really take hold of people's imagination, how far this technology can go, and there's been some sort of pretty how do you say, some analysts trying to get some grasp of the value of what Audio Pixels have is pretty difficult, but I think if they start getting some really big players interested, maybe your Apple or whatever, I think this technology could obviously sell for a lot higher than where the market cap is at the moment. Just having a look at some other stocks I think are interesting. There's a little company called AOW. I just find this really interesting, the American Patriot story. The management have flagged that they've got a buy at 22 cents a share. It's trading at the moment between 18.5 and 19, which in itself is a pretty good profit. But I think interestingly here, there's one section they say, in addition to ongoing discussions with RFP, AOW is in discussions with a number of other interested parties. So potentially, I think it's a sort of stock you could buy at sort of at the moment 0.185 or even 0.19, and obviously a potential nice little sort of 18-19% return. But I mean, if they got more than 22, they got say 25, could be a nice little 35% return. So it's an interesting little trading idea we've got there. So have a look at it and see what you think, and read up about the takeover price, and obviously if you believe that everything's going to go through as planned. The other stock actually I think looks absolutely fantastic on the charts is Costa Group. Fantastic looking chart, and I think just the way this chart is trending, it's holding the levels really nicely. I think this potentially could be a really nice trend for next week, and you can see the long-term chart looking very, 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 very bullish. So it looks to me that she can have a nice run up in the next week or so, as long as the markets in brackets behave themselves. Anyway, I'd like to sort of thank you for listening to Equity Story, and I look forward to bringing you this report tomorrow night. Good night.